Rabbits, it's Trixie, and let me tell you, the life of a YouTuber can be tough sometimes. After putting hours of work into the 5 pages long script for today's new video, I leaned back in my office chair when my 2-year-old daughter decided to pull the plug of my PC. Of course, I had saved the script document before, but the file got corrupted anyway. The only thing my writing program opened was this beautiful piece of art, which I will now read to you for the next 10 minutes. Don't be too disappointed. Since I am a professional, I'll make the best out of the situation and translate the text into German. This way you'll still learn something and neither mine nor your time was wasted. Have fun! Raute, 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 Raute. Alright, fun aside, true story, shit happens. But of course I calmed down, took my daughter for a long walk outside and then rewrote the whole thing. So here we go, let's start this over. Hey Rabbits, it's Trixie, and when I'm on the lookout for a new video idea, I often browse online forums in which expats and foreigners talk about their life in Germany. It's always so interesting and provides me with new, refreshing perspectives to read what outsiders think of the country that I grew up in. One of the most popular topics is always things that shocked me about Germany. Apart from the overcomplicated tax system, the massive pork and beer consumption, and the non-existing speed limit on German freeways, there was another aspect that got mentioned a lot. In Germany, shops and supermarkets are closed on Sundays. What sounds like a completely normal regulation to me seems to be a true scandal to some others. Some others including Eric. Especially during his first 2 years in Germany, it often drove him nuts that supermarkets were closed on Sundays. It just seemed so pointless to him and he kept forgetting about it. More than once we found ourselves in situations like these. Eric, can we go to the supermarket right now?
Can we do that tomorrow? I worked the whole week. I don't want to leave the couch right now.
But tomorrow is Sunday.
Oh, shit. Hey, the weather's actually nice today. What if we have a barbecue and I will invite some friends over and I will just run to the supermarket, buy some meat and beer and have a nice time together?
Eric, it's Sunday.
So what?
Sunday, Germany.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, I agree that if you only think of yourself and your own convenience, the closed shops are a bit annoying. Most Germans work from Monday to Friday, and grocery shopping is also not my favorite activity after a long, exhausting workday. Then the weekend comes, and on Saturday you want to rest and relax. Instead of facing crowds of people in supermarkets trying to stock up on food and supplies for Sunday or the upcoming week. Wouldn't it be so much nicer to have other people work more so that you can have 2 free days of your weekend to choose from for your grocery shopping? The way it is now, you have to write a grocery list, you have to plan ahead, and that's the last thing you want to do on your free Saturday, right? This is 2017 Germany. Seriously? The whole world is about consumerism and profit and not about employees as people. What are you doing? Wake up, Germany. Wake up. I'm sorry, I intended to keep this neutral up until this point, but I guess you noticed my sarcasm. I mean, I can relate. It's what you say when it's actually your innerer Schweinehund speaking. But the moment that you start thinking out of the box, about supermarket employees, about economy, you know, the bigger picture. In my opinion, your reaction should be a tiny bit more complex. To fully make up my own mind, I decided to sit down, do some research, and try to answer the following questions. Why are shops and supermarkets in Germany closed on Sundays? And is this a good thing, or should we maybe change something? First of all, I found out that closed supermarkets on Sundays are not actually a German thing. In reality, the same applies to many other, mostly European countries as well, such as Denmark, France, Italy, and Spain. Some others, like Sweden or Great Britain, have at least limitations for the opening hours. The shops may be allowed to open on Sundays, but only until the early afternoon, or similar rules. However, the German laws seem to be particularly strict and inalterable, while there are more flexibility in alternatives and compromises in other countries. Still, exceptions also exist in Germany. On one hand, the Ladenschlussgesetz, shop closing law doesn't apply to German businesses such as restaurants, ice cream shops, or bars. Usually it also doesn't include gas stations, kiosks, or shops that are part of train stations or airports. So even though supermarkets offer the broadest variety on food and products, no one in Germany is ever in danger of starvation, not even on a Sunday. On the other hand, it may not sound like much, but the German law allows up to 4 shopping Sundays every year in average. Granted that there is a reason for it, such as a festival nearby or a themed event. And I say in average because the rules differ from state to state. So now we know a bit more about the current situation. But why is it like that? Well, the reason for the closed shops is the so-called Sonntagsruhe, Sunday rest. A concept that has been in charge since 1919 already. Before that, almost for the whole 19th century, shops in Germany have been open on Sundays. And on other weekdays, they usually opened between 7 a.m. and 11 p.m. Imagine that. But then the churches began offering loud criticism. They argued that everybody should have the possibility to dedicate at least the Sunday to their Christian principles, going to church, praying, spending time with other believers. Not much later, this religiously motivated concept was expanded by more of a socio-political standpoint, based on the simple idea that every human being needs to relax sometimes and should have the opportunity to spend time with his family and friends, recover from stress. Now, I don't know your guys' point of view, you may or may not be into religion, but I think that many of us can at least relate to the free time for everyone part of this rule, which is still the main foundation of the Sonntagsruhe nowadays. So, is Sonntagsruhe a good thing, or should Germany finally get rid of it? To me, my weekend is sacred. When I wasn't on parental leave yet, I was enjoying my job during the week, but I also needed this time out on Saturday and Sunday. You know, to do my own thing. Forget about all these responsibilities and obligations and challenges at work and allow my mind to rest a bit. Also, whenever would I see my family and friends? Not all of them live close by so that you can just spend an evening after work with them. And even if that would be an option, you would constantly be thinking, I really shouldn't drink and I have to be home at midnight because tomorrow I have to get up early for my job. And by saying that, I simply assume that many other people feel this way. So a law that tries to grant employees the freedom of relaxing for at least 1 day per week seems to be a good thing to me, even though it means that I cannot go grocery shopping on Sundays and I have to plan ahead. I'm 26 years old and so far I survived. It's just, who am I to tell others you should go and work for another day, when I know that I wouldn't want to do that? And it's not only a matter of personal preferences. Having no time for yourself can make you sick. However, there is always more to consider when you ask yourself a tricky question, which is why I decided to make you part of this discussion. A few days ago, I created a Twitter poll asking, should German shops be open on Sundays? Tell me what you think and why. After almost exactly 1 hour, the survey showed this: 50% yes, 50% no. Awesome. And no, this time by saying awesome, I'm not being sarcastic again. 50-50 means there is controversy. It means that the question I asked was a good one and an important one. So which result did we have after 24 hours? Still a pretty close call, but the no votes won. So more people said that German shops should stay closed on Sundays. But let's take a closer look at the explanations that you guys wrote for your decisions. First of all, the people that voted yes. Most of them also raised the point of more convenience for customers. Others mentioned the maximized profits for businesses, the chance of more income for employees, and the advantages of Germany itself being more economically competitive and straightforward. The people voting no, on the other hand, mostly based their opinions on the already tough working hours for supermarket employees. And something that I also really liked: the fact that it's nice how everything calms down on a Sunday in Germany. That both employees and customers are forced to take a step back and focus on their lives apart from the job. Family, friends, outside activities, their hobbies and life dreams. Then, actually the most interesting part, there were some indecisive participants, offering certain compromises that may help the situation. Like, for example, shops should be open on Sundays, but therefore shopkeepers should limit the opening hours on other weekdays. Meaning that customers would get 1 extra day for grocery shopping, but employees would still end up with the same amount of free time. And I like that thought. It seems to be a both customers and employees will be happy kind of thing. But it has a flaw. Even though the amount of free time for the employees would technically be the same, it would not feel the same. A workday is a workday, no matter how long it is. And believe me, out of experience, I can say that it makes a big difference whether you can answer the question, do I have to put pants on today, with yes or no. So personally, I would say that is still not a good solution. Another point that was mentioned quite a lot, the pure concept of Sonntagsruhe is good. But opening shops on Sundays shouldn't be forbidden. Shop owners should be allowed to decide themselves whether they open their shops on Sundays or not. I understand the core thought, and again it seems like a nice compromise to make everybody happy. It's Sunday! You want to profit more? Okay, open your shop. Or would you want to rest instead? That's alright too. Close it and relax. No problem. Except there is a problem. The second you agree to an optional extension for an existing economical system that allows businesses to increase their profit, there will be competition right away. In other words, if you are a shop owner that is happy with the current situation and doesn't want to change anything, the decisions of your direct and indirect competitors will still influence your work and success. So how much of a free choice is this compromise then, if in the end others dedicate what you have to do to survive? It depends a lot on the size of your business, your budget, the amount of employees you have, the area your shop is located in, the variety of products you offer, the amount of other businesses similar to yours around you, etc. Never-ending story. Whether an extra opening day would be affordable for you and whether it would be lucrative. Little shops will stand no chance against big businesses. And if you like the money, an innovative new business strategy, influence, experience, or power, it could ruin everything. Even though everything was completely fine before. What I'm saying is that as soon as you add an optional variable that affects various other variables that you may or may not have control over to an economical system, there will be winners and there will be losers. And the decision will not be based on fair competition. Okay, so long story short, what's my conclusion after gathering as much information as possible? I believe that it's a good thing that German shops are closed on Sundays, and that whoever says they should be open just to provide another day for grocery shopping is being egoistic. Don't get me wrong, I can relate, but think twice. And as much as I like the idea of offering compromises to the current situation, I doubt that they would work out. Most likely they would cause more damage than actually make businesses, customers, or employees profit. In my point of view, the Sonntagsruhe is kinda sacred, because it's one of the last laws that is based on life quality, where nowadays the potential for increased profit, for growth, for bigger, better, faster is outweighed by the importance of the well-being of people. In the face of growing consumerism and commercialization all over the world, I find it impressive that we still have regulations like that. And that we stick to them. Everybody deserves a day to rest, a day that is not based on a to-do list where people can be people. And I know that this is not the case for each person out there. My deepest respect goes out to people working in hospitals, for example. But referring back to the topic, I think we can all agree that immediate help in case of a severe injury or illness is on a slightly higher level of urgency than buying frozen pizza and yogurt. Alright. Another super long video. But sometimes certain topics turn out to be way more complicated than you thought, and well, this was my humble opinion. Now I'm curious, what's yours? What do you think about shops being closed on Sunday in Germany? Any supermarket employees here who want to add their special 2 cents? Really looking forward to a vibrant discussion in the comments. Alright, Rabbits, I really hope that you enjoyed this video and you found it interesting to see all these different perspectives on this topic. If so, please leave a thumbs up because that would make me really happy. Of course, as usual, you can follow me on various social media pages such as Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, and here is a video that you should definitely check out as well. Subscribe to Don't Trust the Rabbit for more videos like this, and if you want to support my channel even a bit more, you can also find me on Patreon. I would truly appreciate your help. Now I wish you all a wonderful day, and hopefully we are gonna see each other in my next video. Bye!